Now, the South African Women Lawyers Association has come out in support of the Supreme Court of Appeal's President, Mandisa being recommended as the next Chief Justice. She was one of 4 candidates grilled by the Judicial Service Commission, or JSC, last week, and the JSC has recommended her to the President, who will make the ultimate decision. To discuss, we're joined by the President of the South African Women Lawyers Association, Nomaswani Shabangu-Mndawe. Thank you for being with us. Nobody's disputing that the President Maya performed very well. Do you think the President of South Africa, however, will receive this recommendation favorably?
That is a good evening to you and the viewers. I think my network is not so good. Can you please repeat that question? I didn't get you well.
All right, so I'm saying she performed very well, but do you think the President will ultimately take this suggestion from the JSC and receive it favorably and implement her as the next Chief Justice?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not yet to talk on behalf of the President, so I only know what the President is going to discuss, to decide. But the way I believe she performed very well, as we have already said it. I think it's up to the President now whether she appoints her or she appoints other candidates.
There's been a lot of discussion about the way in which the commissioners handled the issue of gender. The President, Maya, even objecting at one point to the question, are we ready in South Africa for a female Chief Justice? Some have said that the question itself was sexist. What do you think? As Saula, we believe that President Maya is a good judge who stood the test of time. She has all the qualities to be a Chief Justice. Our belief in Saula is that gender consideration must never supersede competence. It is unfortunate that such question came up during the interviews. We have many competent women in the legal profession, and President Maya is one of them. We refuse to be made affirmative action or gender equality appointment. Yeah. We want to be appointed because we deserve it, as we believe that President Maya deserves it. So whether that question comes, as I've said, that it was very unfortunate that question came, and it was unfortunate. Well, we actually heard from a law professor earlier, Kathy Powell, saying that the questions, in fact, were so focused on gender that she, unlike the other candidates, didn't get a chance to show how good she was. She was there representing women, not talking about what she had achieved, things like that. We did speak to Commissioner Dali Mpofu, who said, no, that's not true. In fact, she got lots of chances to deal with big issues. Looking at the way she was treated, do you think it was different to the other candidates?
Yeah, as I've already said, that to me, she answered that question very well. It came and she attended to that question very well as a strong woman and someone who's got all the qualities to be a leader. So she as I've said, that she really attended to that question very well, and I'm happy that she answered that question in that way, because this is something that is very annoying women. She has also said that this is very annoying to women. We are very hurt, in fact, as women, for her to be asked such a question, which to me, I believe, to most of women also believe it was sexist.
Yeah. I'm interested, you say that gender should never trump merit. If she comes into the post, it should be on merit, and no doubt she would be there on merit. She's already an effective leader in the second highest court of the land. But I'm interested to know your opinion. If there are 2 candidates of equal merit, should a woman be chosen for the sake of diversity? Does having a woman in high post matter? And then do you codify that? Do you make it a requirement or a guide for the councillors and even the President, or don't you? But we know where women are coming from. Women have been, oppressed for so many years. They were oppressed by the previous government as being women. So for a woman, if a woman has qualities, the only thing that we want as women, we want to be given a space where we can compete equally with other candidates. If the other candidate maybe it's equally to the women, that is upon the party that or the institution that wants to appoint that person into that position as to whether they will want to take the women or they will want to take the men. But all what we are saying as Saula is that the gender should not supersede the competence. If a woman is good, the woman is good. Let the woman be taken. You remember that, as I've also said in the beginning, that women were not given opportunities to compete on a fair level ground. So now when we are getting that position, we are appealing, can we please be considered on quality and on merit?
All right, so you're just saying make sure that women have a chance to be in the race. That is essential.
That's what we are saying. We want to be given an opportunity so that we can showcase our competence. Because as I've said, that we've got so many women who are competent. Judge Maya is one of those women. So we are glad that for the first time in the history of South Africa, Judge Maya was given, or a woman was given, an opportunity to compete amongst other candidates who are of different gender, which in most of the time previously, that was not happening. Only men were given those, and it was as if there were positions which were set aside for men, and women, they were not regarded in those positions. But now that the panel of the president deemed it or saw it fit to also shortlist a woman to compete with the men, we are very grateful in that one.
The males were also thrown questions about gender. The EFF leader, Julius Malema, at one point suggesting to one of the male candidates that maybe they should have withdrawn from the race to make way, bow out, to make way for the female candidate. And then there were these very interesting responses from the men. Did you find their responses interesting as well?
I found their response interesting, but such questions as those questions that they are not making women happy. Really, if we are there to compete for a position, why now gender should be considered? We know where we come from. We know women have not been given some opportunities, but we don't want that to be used as a ticket, as if we are in affirmative action or gender equality appointment. We want to be appointed because we are good. Because we are good and we've got all the qualities for whatever position that we are competing for.
So may the best man or woman win this race. Thank you very much. That was the president of the South African Women's Lawyers Association, Nomaswani Shabangu-Mndawe.